Hello, hello, hello. 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 Madhusudan. Hello, hello. Hello, Madhusudan. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Madhusudan? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Sir, am I audible? Hello, Sunil sir. Am I audible? Yeah. Sir, little delay is there. Okay. Very good morning to one and all present here today. Today is the second day of Second International Conference on Recent Innovations in Computer Science, ICRICS 2023. We have with us our proud alumnus, Mr. Sunil MR, Head IT Operations, D. Montfort University, Kazakhstan, to deliver the keynote address in online mode. Professor Sunil MR is an internationally experienced UGC NET qualified assistant professor with a demonstrated history of working in higher education industry, skilled in cloud administration, computer networks, database systems, programming application developments in C, Java, J2E, Kotlin, Dart, Python, Internet of Things, and machine learning. Strong educational professional with the Master of Technology focused in compute as a professor at ISBAT University, Kampala, Uganda. Professor Sunil MR is a certified professional from Oracle, Cisco, Microsoft, VMware, and many others. Currently, he is working as Head IT Operations, D. Montfort University, Kazakhstan. We welcome you, sir. Now I request Mr. Sunil MR to deliver his keynote address on the topic Role of AI in Achieving Sustainable Development Goals. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Madam, can you please confirm me my slides are visible?
Yes, sir. First slide is visible.
Okay. So can you see the movement of the slides as well?
Yes. You can proceed.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right. So first of all, I welcome all the participants of this international conference organized by Srinivas Institute of Technology, Valachil, Mangalore. Uh, So I'm proud to be part of this conference, and I'm also proud to be an alumni of Srinivas Institute of Technology. So 10 years back, I remember sitting in the same seminar hall, attending all the events conducted by Srinivas Institute of Technology. So I've been uh, I've been asked to give the guest speech. So I've chosen this topic, the role of artificial intelligence in achieving sustainable development goals. I chose this topic because it is of utmost importance in our current scenario as we are using the technology for the betterment of our world and the society. Especially the AI and sustainability. These are two hot topics in the industry right now. So we all have we have heard about AI a lot, and the need of the moment for all of us is to think about sustainability. So this topic will give a brief idea how AI can be used to achieve sustainability. So let me start with the introduction. So these are the topics which I have planned for this speech. So introduction, Then I'll talk about sustainable development goals, how India is progressing to achieve the sustainability development goals, and what's the importance of AI in sustainability development, few AI applications for achieving sustainability development goals, some challenges and ethical consideration, and then I'll conclude. So to begin with, I'll just give a brief introduction to artificial intelligence. I believe everyone have heard of artificial intelligence, especially the students and those who are in the IT industry. So this is not the new term anymore. So this is the very hot topic of every industry right now. So whether we realize or accept it, artificial intelligence has already become a primary or integral part of our everyday lives. So be it in our workplaces, in our homes, or even in the cars, phones, computers, everywhere we see lot of AI applications on the daily basis. So almost everything coming out of the technology in the world these days have an element of artificial intelligence or machine learning. So this talking about artificial intelligence, this was defined, or the term was first coined by this person called John McCarthy in the year 1956. So he defined artificial intelligence as it's the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. So coming to the standard definition of AI, it's a method of making a computer or a computer controlled robot or the software think intelligently like the human mind. So the definition is very simple. So we are giving the ability of thinking and taking the decisions to the computer or the computer controlled environment. So AI is accomplished. So how does AI work? So AI work based on the past data, the previous historical data, or it identifies the pattern and it mimics the human brain. So the outcome of these studies develop the intelligent software and system. So there are several elements of artificial intelligence. So it's not a single element. So there are sub elements like machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, natural language processing, computer vision, cognitive computing, and robotics and fuzzy logic. So if I just need to give a brief about these components, so machine learning is the subcomponent of artificial intelligence, and using machine learning, we teach a machine how to make inferences and decisions based on the past experience. So normally in machine learning, the process of identifying the patterns, analyzing the past or historical data to infer the meaning of the data points, and we reach a possible conclusion without involving the human experience. And the next primary element is deep learning. So this is also an machine learning technique. So this teaches a machine to process the inputs through the layers in order to classify, infer, and predict the outcome. So then neural networks, it works almost close to the human neural cells. So they are series of algorithms which captures the relationship between various variables, and it processes the data just like how our human brains work. So talking about natural language processing, so it's a science of reading, understanding, and interpreting a language by a machine. So computer vision, these are the algorithms which try to understand an image or an video, uh, and we study different parts of the object, and through different algorithms, the machine classify and learn from set of images, and it makes the better output decision. So robotics, again, it's a branch of artificial intelligence. So here the main focus is on uh, uh, performing some accountable actions. And finally, the fuzzy logic, it's a computing approach which is based on the principles of degrees of truth instead of usual modern computer logic. So The modern computer logic follows Boolean in nature, but fuzzy logic, it is based on the degrees of truth. So these are the different elements of artificial intelligence. And talking about the history, so this technology was this started in the year 1950s. So you might have heard of the person Alan Turing. So you might have even studied about Turing machines. So this was the first contribution towards the artificial intelligence. And in 1960s, John McCarthy started the AI lab at Stanford University. 1980s, Digital Equipment Corporation, they developed the first successful commercial expert system. In the year 2000, you can see a self-driving car project was initiated. So fast forward to 2015 to 2023. So last 5 to 8 years, there were a lot of contributions in this technology. So you might have heard of AlphaGo. This is the Google initiation. And the first humanoid robot was developed in the year 2016 as well. Then the Google again worked on a project called BERT. So this is mainly a natural language processing engine. Then 2020, Baidu released a linear forward AI algorithm for developing the COVID vaccination. And the very recent achievement or the timeline in the artificial intelligence is open AI contribution. So you all might have heard of chat gpt. So chat gpt is the recent application from openai, but the gpt, so the generative pre-transformed model, so this is not very new. So this exists since 2016, but the latest version GPT-4 was released in the year 2023. So this is just a brief introduction to artificial intelligence. So there are many types of artificial intelligence as well. So you might have heard of reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, self-awareness, artificial intelligence. So anyhow, I'm not going to talk much about artificial intelligence alone. So I'll be explaining how we can use AI to achieve sustainability. So first of all, we have to understand what is sustainability. So we have an idea what artificial intelligence can do and where and all it can contribute, but the need for the moment which we all need to think of is about sustainability. So few people think sustainability is only related to environment, but no, sustainability is related to the development of any kind of products, goods, or any services which involves meeting our present needs without compromising the ability of future generation to fulfill their own needs. Which means it is whenever we are developing anything or any goods or services, we should not think only of the current requirement, which we also need to think of the future generation. So we should not compromise the ability of future generation to fulfill their own needs. So sustainability as a concept recognizes the environment as an exhaustible resource. We all know environment is exhaustible. It's not like a non-exhaustible resources. So hence we need to use the environment in a very sustainable way. So we need to use the environmental resources very rationally to protect for our own benefit, for the good of earth, for environment, for humanity, and for all living things. So as I said earlier, responsibility. So now why sustainability? Why is it important? Why we should think of sustainability? Uh, Not only our personal lives, even in the corporate world, sustainability is associated with the organization holistic approach. So we need to consider everything from manufacturing to logistics and also to customer service. Going green and sustainable is not only beneficial for the, which means regardless of who we are, where we live, and what we do, we all have a moral obligation to each other, our future generations, and other species to sustain the planet. So a planet cannot only be full of people or human beings. So it has to be balanced. So we need to share this responsibility of making our planet sustainable. So we need to take this moral responsibility, considering our future generation and other species as well. So talking about the second benefit, the reduced energy usage. So sustainable, when we follow sustainable practices, it leads to significant reduction in the long-term energy cost. So some quick initiates like switching to energy efficient lighting or reducing long-term electrical costs, using solar and wind energy, using any kind of energy efficient equipments. These reduces our monthly utility bills as well, and the energy consumption will also be reduced. So this makes the overall process more. The third benefit which we achieve when we follow sustainability is a healthy habitat for all. So in the long term, our society benefits from improved water, air quality, reduced landfills, and increased renewable energy sources. So sustainable actions help help us to see the real difference in the society. So we need to be committed to the sustainability, and it will also reduce our carbon footprint, the amount of toxins released in the environment. It makes the world a better place and safe. Then the last important benefit which we achieve through sustainability is societal impact. So when we interact more with the environment, like encouraging the conservation of natural resources, uh, deeply penetrates not only the company standards or the brand, but also employees and their families. So if you make sustainability important in the business or any process which you follow, that means you are bridging deeply an important conversation to the forefront of the consumerism. So the societal impact is very important. So we can achieve this when we follow sustainability. So, and the last thing about sustainability, how to be sustainable. For example, if I'm a normal person, so everyone, not only the people working in the organization, each and every human being is responsible, uh, is has to take this responsibility. So how to be sustainable? So there are many ways. It's not much difficult to be more sustainable. So we just need to make a lot of simple choices without compromising, without giving up a lot of things, without reducing our quality of life, or without sacrificing the joyness we all experience. So these are some of the things which all of us can follow to be more sustainable. So the first thing is choose sustainable billing options. Now every person and business on the planet, we all have bills to pay. So this is the simple way all of us can make a difference. For example, sort out all your bills, try to go paperless as much as possible. Encourage businesses to go paperless if they are not already. Regular billing statements can be sent to an email, electronic version instead of the paper version. It becomes, when we follow these things, it becomes more accessible, organized, and secure as well. So this is one way of achieving sustainability. Then the other way is to use sustainable products. So it's actually very easy to choose sustainable products these days. So there are a lot of companies who make sustainability a priority, right from the clothing, choosing the beauty, cosmetics, the food, and even the energy companies. So they all are following sustainable. They are following the sustainable approach. So we just need to choose those products which can make the world sustainable as well. Then the other way to be more sustainable is to make transportation adjustments. like try to avoid automobiles as much as possible. We all like to have our own car or maybe a lot of two-wheelers. So, but it is, we all know this consumes a lot of energy, be it electric vehicle or the fuel based vehicle. So this consumes a lot of energy and this leaves a lot of carbon footprint to the planet. So we have to avoid automobiles as much as possible. So we need to choose electric vehicle uh, uh, compared to the traditional automobiles. We need to run or walk if it's possible. So it's a great way to exercise as well. So we need to, if we, in order to reduce the footprint, so we have to make some transportation adjustments as well. Then choose sustainable food and beverages, choose reusable products. So this is very important. So most of the products which we use, they are not reusable. So if it's not reusable, it's going to impact a lot on the planet. So we always have to choose the reusable products. So choose the reusable bottles instead of the plastic one time or two time use plastics. So cut down your plastic waste, use reusable bags, use uh, like you need to avoid plastic made products as well. So plastics are not biodegradable, so it ends up in landfills. So this, by following these approaches or these simple choices, we can be sustainable. So now we have understood the meaning of sustainability, and now let us focus on sustainable development goals. Now I have talked about sustainability. Now what are these sustainable development goals? So these are the goals which are framed by United Nations. So whoever are the members of United Nations, so each and every country, they have to follow, and they have given some targets to achieve by the year 2030. So this is not the new initiation. Even before framing SDGs, we had something called as MDGs, which are Millennium Development Goals. So there were targets framed to achieve by the year 2015, and most of the countries contributed very well to achieve this Millennium Development Goals. And since 2015, the United Nations, they came out with this concept of Sustainable Development Goals. We also call them as global goals. So this was adopted by United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure by 2030 each and every people enjoy peace and prosperity. So SDGs also focus on our own need to transform unsustainable lifestyles, promote equality, human rights, and justice. So there are 17 different goals which are framed in this framework. So you can see there are 17 different sustainability goals listed here. So the number one being no poverty until the partnership for goals. So I'll be covering all of these goals in detail. So I'll just give a brief on all these uh, goals and how we can achieve this through artificial intelligence. So before I start talking about artificial intelligence, how we can use artificial intelligence to achieve these goals. So let's focus on understanding each of these goals more in detail. As I already mentioned, sustainable development is not only related to environment. So as you can see here, it is mainly focused on three components. And only when there is a uh, proper trade-off between these three components, we can achieve sustainable development. So you can see there is an element of environmental aspect, there is a social aspect and economic aspects as well. So only when there is a balance between these three elements, we can achieve sustainable developments. You can see the sustainable development is right in the center of all these three elements. So another way to look at SDG is like you can see there are 5 P's here. The first one being people. So we need to end poverty and hunger in all forms and ensure dignity and equality. So this is mainly focusing on the people. And there are few goals which are focusing on the prosperity. So we need to ensure prosperous and fulfilling lives in harmony with nature. Then the third uh, component here is the peace. There are several goals which are focusing on fostering peaceful and just inclusive societies. The fourth P is partnership. So here we have to implement the agenda through a solid global partnership. And finally, the planet. So this is the main focus. So we have to protect our planet's natural resources and also take care of the climate for our future generations. So now let's look at each one of the sustainability development goals. The goal number 1 is to end the poverty. So we all know how the poverty uh, exists in our world. So you can see some statistics here. So this is the statistics from the year 2015 when these goals were framed. So in 2015, there were approximately 736 million who were in extreme poverty. So that's 10% of the world population. So they are facing extreme poverty. There are like 1.3 billion people who live in multidimensional poverty. So half of the people they are under poverty. So they are under 18 as well, and 1 out of every 10 people they are extremely poor. So the first goal is to eradicate the poverty in all the form, and this is the biggest challenge we humanity are facing. So while the number of people living in extreme poverty dropped by more than half in the year 1990 to 2015, so we have set the goal by 2030. So this number 736 million should also be reduced by half. So this is the first goal of United Nations SDG. The second goal is to end the hunger, so zero hunger. So this SDG is aiming to end all forms of hunger and malnutrition by 2030. So we need to ensure that all the people, especially the adolescents and the children, so they have sufficient and nutritious food all the year. So when you look at our planet, not each and everyone have access to the healthy and nutritious food. Many people in various continents, even in Asia, Africa, even in some parts of Europe, many people they are suffering from malnutrition, so they don't have access to the healthy or nutritious food. So the second goal of this SDG is to end hunger and make sure each and everyone have access to health and nutritious food. So this involves promoting sustainable agriculture, supporting small scale farmers, and equal access to land, technology, and markets. And this also requires international cooperation to ensure investment in infrastructure and technology and to improve agricultural productivity. So 821 million people, they are undernourished people. So this is the statistics from the year 2017. So even in Asia, 63%, that's two-thirds, like out of the whole world's hungry, so two-thirds of the world hungerness comes from the Asia. So we need to take this very seriously, and we need to end the hunger in all parts of the globe. And 22% of the children under 5, they are still stunted, 1 in 8 adults are obese, 1 in 3 women reproductive age is anemic, and 26% of the workers are employed in agriculture. So the third goal is to achieve good health and well-being. So good health is essential to sustainable development. And the 2030 agenda reflects the complexity and interconnectedness of the two. So by 2030, we have to reduce the global maternal mortality ratio to less than 70 per like 100,000 live births. By 2030, we need to end preventable deaths of newborns and children under 5 years of age. And also by 2030, we need to end all kinds of epidemics, including AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases. So goal number 4 is to promote quality education. So by 2030, we need to ensure all girls and boys complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education. So education should be accessible to all. There should not be any barrier of the money here. So by 2030, all the girls and the boys, they also have to access to the quality early childhood development, pre-primary education, uh, quality technical education, vocational, tertiary education, including university. At least it has to be affordable. It has to be offered at a very lower cost. And sustainability increase the number of youth and adults, including technical vocational skills for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurship. So there are like 17 different goals. So I'm just quickly running through all of these goals. So goal number 5 focuses on gender equality. So here the main focus is on ending all the discrimination against women, girls, uh, offering the basic human right. It's very important for the sustainable future. It's proven that empowering women and girls also helps to achieve economic growth and development. So we need to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls in the public and also in the private spheres. So we need to eliminate all harmful practices such as early and forced marriage, female genital mutilation, and all these things have to be taken care. So if you look at the statistic, 35% of the women have experienced physical or sexual violence, and 77 cents of every dollar that men get for the same work. Women earn only 77 cents compared to the men, and 13% of the women are agricultural landholders. So this has to be equalized. So there has to be main focus on the gender equality. Then the next goal is to promote clean water and sanitization. So already in most of the places, even in India, we are facing water scarcity. So water is a very essential element for all of us. So be it for drinking or for using it for agriculture, irrigation. So we need water, and most of the places already we are facing water scarcity. So this affects more than 40% of the people. So this is very alarming, and this will rise the temperature as well. So although 2.1 billion people have improved water sanitation since 1990s, there are still problems and issues related to water supplies, and it is affecting every continent. So you can look at some of the statistics here. So 80% of the wastewater goes into waterways without adequate treatment. Most of the industries, they release this wastewater or hazardous chemicals, they release into the freshwater sources, and this is actually impacting a lot on the water supply. Even the freshwater sources, they are becoming unusable. So all the industries, so we need to follow, all the industries has to follow this practice. So before leaving any kind of wastewater into any kind of water sources. Adequate treatment has to be performed. So, and also 80% of the countries have laid the foundations for integrated water resource management. So we have to achieve this universally and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. The next goal focuses on the affordable and clean energy. So between 2000 and 2018, the number of people with electricity increased from 80 to 90%. And the numbers without electricity dipped to 789 million people. So the population is growing every day. So the demand for the cheap energy is also raising, and the economy reliant on fossil fuels is creating drastic changes to our climate. So we need to invest a lot on solar, wind, and thermal power, improving the energy production, and we need to ensure there is energy provided to each and everyone without facing the issues with the demand and supply. Then the next goal focus on decent work and economic growth. So if you look at the statistics again, there are like 5%, an estimated 172 million people worldwide where they are without work, they are unemployed in 2018. So 1 million uh, uh, like labor force are unemployed every year. 700 million workers lived in extreme or moderate poverty in 2018. Then women's participation in the labor force stood at 48%. 2 billion workers were in informal employment in 2016. So this has to be taken care. So the SDGs promote sustained economic growth, higher levels of productivity, and technological innovation. So we need to encourage the entrepreneurship, and job creation are the key to achieve these goals. With these targets in mind, the goal is to achieve full and productive employment for everyone, a decent work, and also for all women and men by 2030. The next goal focuses on the industry, innovation, and the infrastructure. So technological progress is also key to find the permanent solution to both economic and environmental challenges. So we have to focus on providing new jobs, promote energy efficiency in all kind of industries. We have to promote sustainable industries, invest in scientific research and innovation to facilitate sustainable development. So since like last couple of years, there is a huge investment being done in every industry to achieve sustainability, because most of the industries, they have now realized if they don't follow the sustainable practices, they will be at loss. They can save a lot, they can be more efficient, they can produce more, they can produce quality products, and they can also meet uh, the customer requirements by following these practices. Reduced inequality. So this is again a very important goal framed by United Nations. So by 2030, we have to progressively achieve and sustain income growth of the bottom 40% of the population at a higher rate than the national average. So the statistics says 22% of the global income, it is from the top 1% of the population compared to the 10% of the income for the bottom 50%. Means there is a huge gap. There is a huge gap between high income people and the low income people. So this has to be balanced. So we need to focus more on the people who are earning very less. So the income growth has to be progressively increased. And 39%, so business as usual, the top 1% global wealth will reach 39% by 2050. And so we have to facilitate the safe migration and mobility of the people. So this is also a very important key to bridge the widening divide. So goal number 11, sustainable cities and communities. So uh, we all have heard of developing the smart cities. So how can we make smart city? It's not only associated with the usage of technology. So we need to make the cities more sustainable. Means there has to be focus on career, business opportunities, safe and affordable housing, building resilient societies and economics. Only when we focus on these things, we can create smart and sustainable cities or create sustainable communities. So by 2030, we have to ensure access for all. Each and everyone should have some shelter, safe and affordable housing. uh, we need to strengthen the efforts to protect, safeguard world's cultural and natural heritage. And also, we have to provide access to safe, affordable, and sustainable transport system for everyone. Then, goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. So, as I said earlier, if we have to be sustainable, we have to consume responsibly and we also have to produce responsibly. So achieving economic growth and sustainable development requires that we urgently reduce our ecological footprint by changing the way we produce and consume goods and resources. And agriculture is the biggest user of the water worldwide, and irrigation now claims close to 70% of all the fresh water for human use. So we also have to focus on climate action. So there is no country in the world which are experience which are not experience the effect of the climate change. So the greenhouse gas emissions, they are more than 50% higher compared to year 1990. So global warming is causing long lasting changes to our climate system, which threatens irreversible consequences if we do not act. So if we don't take the right actions now, so then there will be a huge consequences in the future. So we have to take this very seriously. So we have to ensure there are policies, strategies, and planning related to climate change. We need to strengthen and resilience and adaptive capacity to climate related hazards and natural disasters in every country. We have to improve education, awareness raising, and human and institutional capacity on climate change mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, and early warning. So, like, there are some statistics here. So, as of 2017, humans are estimated to have caused approximately change of 1 degree Celsius of global warming. This, you might think 1 degree is not a very large number, but this is going to create a lot of impact uh, to our planet and our lifestyles as well. And we also have goals designed focusing on life below water and also life on land. So there are two SDGs, means the development goals, the sustainability development goals aim to focus life below water and life above land as well. So we need to, it's our responsibility to protect our marine and coastal ecosystems from pollutions. You might have heard like there are so many species, different species, they are becoming extinct. And even in the oceans, lot of marine species, they are dying because of the pollution, the sea pollution. So we have to take responsibility and uh, we have to ensure we achieve sustainability focusing on the life below water and the life on land as well. Then we have goal number 16, focusing on peace, justice, and strong institutions. So here the SDGs aim to significantly reduce all forms of violence and work with governments and communities to end conflict and insecurity. So we have to reduce all forms of violence and related to death rates everywhere. We need to end abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence against children and women. So promote the rule of law at the national and international levels and ensure equal access to justice for all. Then the final goal is we can achieve all these goals only when we have a strong global partnership. So single, you see, this is not something only one country can achieve. This has to be uh, a cooperation from all the countries and communities. So we have to focus on how we can partner, how we can promote global partnership, how we can involve each and every country to promote sustainability. So the world is interconnected. So it's not that every country can be sustainable alone. It can't be possible. So each and every country, they are dependent, and we have to promote a strong global partnership and cooperation to promote all the sustainable development goals. So these are the 17 different goals framed by United Nations, and these are the current statistics. You can see we haven't achieved any of these 17 goals so far. So this is the statistics for this year, 2023. So we are doing well in achieving some of the goals. For example, good health and well-being, industry, innovation and infrastructure, then responsible consumption and production, gender equality, it's improving a lot, clean water and sanitization, affordable and clean energy. So we are doing very well in achieving these goals, but still there are major challenges. You can see the blocks here with the red color. So these are the goals which we are lacking: zero hunger, good health and well-being, sustainable cities and communities, life below water, life on land, peace, promoting peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we are very much behind in achieving these goals. And you can see some other statistics here. So 15% we have gone behind the progress. So we have achieved 18% of all the targets designed for 2030, and there are still a major portion, which is 67% of the goals are with limited or no progress status. And these are the world's top 5 countries in terms of SDG targets achieved or on track. You can see Denmark, Czechia, Estonia, Latvia, Slovak Republic, they are doing very well in achieving these targets. And again, there are few countries like the direction is bit reverse. It's going in opposite direction: Myanmar, Venezuela, Papua New Guinea, Yemen, Lebanon. So these are again they are going in the reverse direction. So now this is about the country-wise ranking statistics. You can see the first rank. You can see Finland goes to Finland, then the Sweden, Denmark, and we Indians, India, we have to bit worry about this. India stands at the rank 112. So there are like out of 166 ranks, we have done well, but we can do better. So we have to be in top 20 ranks. So we have to put a lot of effort. The government has to promote a lot of sustainability goals. So how India is doing in achieving this sustainability development? We are at with an index score of 3.5. We have achieved 2 targets related to climate action and responsible consumption and production, but not completely. We have achieved the SDG, but we still have to improve in these goals. But the main problem you can see is with goal number 2, hunger, health and well-being, gender equality, clean water and sanitization, industry, sustainable city, then peace, justice, and strong institution, life on land, life below water. We have to focus more on achieving these goals. So finally, let's focus on how AI can help us to achieve sustainability development goals. So AI is a very powerful weapon towards a circular economy and creating more sustainable living. So AI, artificial intelligence, it has a lot to contribute in achieving sustainability development goals. So as per the study published in Nature, AI can help to achieve 79% of the sustainable development goals. Means of all 17 goals, we can use AI and there will be contribution towards the sustainable development goals. 79% of all the goals can be achieved with the use of artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is like an ally to the sustainable development. Uh, we need to design, execute, advise, and we need to plan the future for our. We need to plan the planet to become more sustainability, and we have to do it more effectively. So, technology like artificial intelligence will help us build more efficient, resource sustainable, reduce and manage the waste we generate more effectively with the use of AI. So AI, as I said, we can enhance the efficiency of renewable energies. Companies are already using this technology to find out their availability of energy generating facilities like in wind turbines, hydraulic plants, biomass plants. So they are using artificial intelligence. So AI offers more efficient storage, manufacturing, and distribution systems. What's more is in manufacturing artificial visual systems, it makes it possible to identify the errors in assembly lines that are invisible to the human eye. So artificial intelligence can contribute more in error predictions as well. So especially in the industries, this is going to create a lot of impact in achieving sustainability. And apart from these goals, artificial intelligence can help identify areas of extreme poverty, and it can be used in resource allocation, if more effective resource allocation. It can be used to optimize our agricultural practices, to increase our food production and reduce the waste. We can use artificial intelligence to improve the healthcare by predicting the disease outbreaks. We can use AI to offer personalized education, manage water resources, optimized energy use, designing more sustainable and smart cities, predicting the impacts of climate change, monitor the climate change, predicting the changes in biodiversity. And we can also use artificial intelligence to track the progress towards achieving the sustainability development goals. So here I have just prepared some AI applications for achieving SDGs. So there are a lot of targets. There are 169 targets from these 17 different goals. So AI, the artificial intelligence, can contribute to achieve each and every target out of these 17 goals. So I cannot list all the applications, but some of the very important applications which can be designed through AI are listed here. To focus on ending the poverty, which is goal number 1, how AI can contribute. So AI can help identify areas of extreme poverty. So we can use artificial intelligence to identify the areas of extreme poverty, and more resources can be allocated and in an effective manner. So we can design machine learning algorithms by analyzing the satellite imagery and other data to predict where the poverty is most likely to occur. So this is one application which can be developed using AI, which focuses on ending the poverty. So similarly, AI can also help us and optimize our practices which we follow for our irrigation or agriculture. So this will definitely help in our food production and also help us to reduce the waste we generate from the agricultural practices. So we can use AI to analyze the weather patterns, the soil conditions, and this information can be provided to the farmers at the in the right time, so they can decide what kind of crops can be harvested, when it can be harvested. So this is very important. So by analyzing the weather patterns, even you might have seen in India, there are many places without proper planning. Uh, they follow the agricultural practices, and there will be a huge rain or a storm which spoils all the effort put by the farmer. So this will affect the food production, and it's going to create a lot of waste, agricultural waste as well. So AI can contribute a lot on these things. And also AI, through AI applications, we can improve healthcare. So we can use artificial intelligence in predicting disease outbreaks, offering personalized treatment plans, optimizing healthcare resources, and especially AI can be used in drug discovery and development. We all were impacted with this COVID pandemic, and we have seen the importance of AI, artificial intelligence, during this time. So without AI, we couldn't have developed vaccination, COVID vaccination, in this very short period. So thanks to artificial intelligence and all other technologies, which led to the quicker development of the COVID vaccination. And also AI can offer personalized education. So this is very important to improve the quality education. Not every student learns in the same pace. So we need to offer, each and every university or each and every educational institution has to promote personalized education to all the peers. So we need to adapt learning materials based on the student needs. So we need to make education more accessible and effective. So clean water and sanitation. So again, AI can contribute here by predicting the demand, by identifying the leaks and optimizing the distribution systems. Then AI can also contribute in achieving or promoting affordable and clean energy. So nowadays, most of our home appliances have become smart. So we need to look at uh, the sustainable usage of the energy. So we need to predict energy demand. We need to reduce the waste. So again, AI can contribute here. So sustainable cities to design more sustainable cities. So we need to focus on offering energy use in the buildings, reducing the carbon footprint, and also improving the waste management. So every city has to focus on achieving these things, and artificial intelligence can help in managing these actions. Then again, AI can help predict the impact of climate change, so optimize the mitigation strategies and monitor the effectiveness of climate policies. And also AI can monitor and predict change in the biodiversities, be it life below water or the life on land. So we need to use AI in helping and protecting our endangered species and the ecosystems. So finally, AI can also help to track progress towards the SDGs. So we can use AI to create a good partnership and also to monitor the progress of all the countries towards achieving the sustainability development goals. So talking about the challenges, it's not easy. We cannot simply tell AI is the solution for all these for achieving all these goals. AI is like, it's like a double-edged sword. So it can be used to create a sustainable environment. At the same time, there are some risk and challenges associated with AI, because AI cannot, artificial intelligence, it also consumes lot of energy. So there is a huge demand of energy if you have to use artificial intelligence. So it has to be an equal trade-off between the requirements and the demands. Here are some of the challenges which I've listed. So data privacy and security, so this is the biggest challenge which we have to focus on. So if we are developing any kind of AI system, that means there is an involvement of large data. So this data might be sensitive information. So we have to ensure privacy and security to this data. And this is the major challenge we have. Then bias and discrimination. So we all know AI works purely on the biased data. So if the AI systems, they are trained based on this biased data, so this can lead to some discriminatory outcomes, which can undermine efforts towards the sustainable development. Then again, the next challenge is transparency and explainability. So AI system, particularly those which are based on complex machine learning algorithms. So it can be opaque and it's very difficult to understand. So this lack of transparency make it difficult to hold these systems accountable for their actions. Then the job displacement. So everyone, they are scared with artificial intelligence. Many people, they are going to lose a lot of jobs. Yes, it is there. So this risk is there. So many existing job will be replaced with the new jobs. So we have to create new jobs and the new industries as well. So we have to prepare the generation and the future generation to be prepared for these kind of requirements. So this can also displace some workers uh, through automation. When we introduce automation in industry, automatically many people, they are going to lose jobs. But they, if they are prepared with the use of this technology, any of this won't be a major challenge. Then access and inequality. So this, there is also a risk which benefits from AI. This is unevenly distributed, so leading to increased inequality. Then the environmental impact. So as I said, AI also consumes significant amount of energy, particularly during the training phase of the machine learning model. So we know the different phases of machine learning. The major phase of any machine learning model is the training phase. So this consumes lot of energy, and this can again create a negative impact on the environmental degradation and the climate change. And finally, we have some challenges related to regulatory challenges. So the AI is developing very rapidly. It's evolving very rapidly. So we have to develop and implement some regulatory frameworks. So this is a biggest challenge. So each and every country has to design some policies and frameworks how AI should be used uh, in achieving any of the goals. Because AI is just like cybersecurity. We have malicious hacking and ethical hacking. So same way, artificial intelligence can be used in harmful way as well, unethical way as well. So we need to focus more on ethical artificial intelligence, means using the artificial intelligence in a very positive manner. So these are some of the challenges and consideration we need to think. And finally, to conclude, so in this speech, I gave an introduction about artificial intelligence and sustainability. So AI holds an immense potential. It has a great potentiality, and it can also help us to faster the process in achieving the sustainability development goals. So AI can help to address some of the world's most pressing challenges, which is poverty, ending the hunger, climate change, and inequality. However, uh, the use of artificial intelligence comes with significant risk and challenges. So, as I said in the previous slide, there is a challenge related to privacy, algorithm bias, job displacement. So, these has to be taken care. So AI can be a very powerful tool for sustainable development. So it's very crucial to approach this deployment with a keen awareness on these challenges. So we also, at the same time, we also need robust guidelines, frameworks, mechanisms which holds accountability and provide some transparency when AI is used to achieve these goals. So this is about uh, the topic how AI can be used in sustainability development goals. Even India is doing a lot better by promoting some programs like Swachh Bharat, Samagr Bharat, Sampanna Bharat, Sakshat Bharat. There are many programs uh, by the Indian government, which is mainly focused in achieving these goals. So it's each and everyone's responsibility. So we all need to share this responsibility. We need to promote wherever possible. We need to promote sustainability. We have to follow the sustainable practices. So this is about this topic. So if any one of you have any questions related what I delivered, so you can raise the questions. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Audience, any questions? You can also post the queries in chat box. Truly, it was very informative, sir. I wholeheartedly thank you
Okay.
for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, madam. Yeah, my sincere thanks to Srinivas Maya sir. My sincere thanks to Professor Ravi Shankar sir, who is the convener for this conference. I even thank Dr. Anup, who is my good colleague, friend, and also my supervisor, for all the constant support, and also for giving me an opportunity to deliver the speech in this conference. And my sincere thanks to all the students, participants of this conference for your patience listening. I wish each and everyone all the very best. So have a great day ahead. Thank you all once again.
Thank you once again, sir. With this, we have come to the end of keynote address. Now it's time for the tea break. I request everyone to gather in tea break. Tea is kept outside the seminar hall. Thank you, one and all. Offline presentations will be held in seminar hall. I kindly request all the offline presenters to be present in seminar hall after the tea break. Thank you.